Okay, welcome to part two. In part two, we are going to formally introduce the course. So I'll just jump to the slides, which you should be able to see in a while. Can you see the slides?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to spring semester 2022, the Business School Brack University, and welcome to the course 501, section 1 and 2. I'm taking both of them. So this is section 1. Okay, so I am just, as I just said right now, I'm a professor of economics at Jahangir University, and I've been a part-time faculty at BRAC for some time. At BRAC University, I've taught only this course. My research interests are public economics, education, economics, and game theory. My email is the BRAC University email, and the telephone number over here is my mobile number. If you need to get in touch with me, please send me an email or send me an SMS. I'll get back to you. Please avoid using Messenger. I need to I need to show my face because the trouble with Messenger is sometimes at 2 o'clock in the morning somebody sends a Assalamu alaikum. And then for the next 2, 3 days, there's no response. Huh? And so if you want to send, if you have any problem, any query, just send me an email. I'm very good at responding back. And if it's a matter of life and death, just send me an SMS in my mobile phone. I'll get back to you. Acha, before we start,
Sure, sir. Thank you.
so far we don't have any foreign friends in the class, right? Nah. Okay, so sometimes we'll talk in Bangla, and you can as well. Okay, so this probably you know already. Online classes shall be online till further notice, and video lectures will be available in my YouTube channel. I'll be sharing you the syllabus in a little while. So if you go and look at my YouTube channel or the BRAC University, all the video recordings will be available there. If you subscribe, you can also get access to videos of previous semesters. So if you go through them, you'll be able to find out what we discussed in the previous semesters. Okay, so online classes, okay, we discussed the video lecture. We discussed examples relevant to the topic and real life. I'll come to the real life part later on. We discussed practice questions when we discuss them, when we distribute them. And then at the end of each discussion class, I'll make a 5 to 10 minute preview of what we will discuss the next week. So, and from where you even get the resources, what resources you can look at. References, I shall provide references as much as possible from my side. And the references, I will also make the PDFs available. Okay. I opened a Facebook group, and the same information you get by email a little after the class in the syllabus. It's called ECO 501 Spring 2022 BRAC Unit Section 1 and 2. And this is the group ID. So if you ask me to add you, I'll add you. Acha. I mean, the Facebook group is basically if I need to get in touch with you all of a sudden. So, for example, there's a sudden change in my program and I can't attend the class. This can happen. Okay. So if I send an email, normally people don't check email, but they do check Facebook very quickly. So I'll be using Facebook for quick correspondences. You can also use Facebook for group discussions. For example, we discussed something now today, you didn't understand it, or you need more clarification, or you want to add something more. If you discuss it in the Facebook group, the advantage is that it will be collaborative learning. So whatever answer I give to you can be shared with the entire class. So I don't have to repeat myself over the semester. So if you have any questions like this, just throw it in the Facebook group. I'll answer over there. Okay, what do we have there? Oh, then we have Google Classrooms. Please add to your section only. The reason why I'm saying this is last semester, section 1, some of section 1 people were enrolling in section 2 and vice versa. So I had a living nightmare finding people out. Okay, তা আমি তো জমা দিয়েছি স্যার, পরে আমি আর খুঁজে পাই না তাকে, তো মহা মুশকিল। হ্যাঁ, আর প্রবলেমটা হয় কি, your problem is the greatest problem in the world for you, তাই না? হ্যাঁ,
Yes,
মানে
sir, did.
Yes, sir.
হ্যাঁ,
Of course. Of course, sir.
your problem is the greatest problem, and you have to be the center of the universe to the teacher, ঠিক আছে? No problem, but the trouble is my center is not only one, there's multiple centers here, so please enroll in your own section. All the details are here. কোথায় আছে? Okay, so this one is for section 1, that one's for section 2. Acha. Oh, another thing I have to mention, I didn't mention in the slides. If you have not opened Black University, what is it called? Gmail Suite, na?
G suitable, sir. Yes, sir.
Suite email account, please do so within 1 week, because that will give you access to the Google Classroom. To the best of my knowledge from previous semesters, you can't enroll in the Google Classroom unless you have a G Suite account. So if you're new, please open it very quickly. If you're second semester or third semester, you probably already have a G Suite account. So you can automatically enroll into the classroom. Okay. The next thing is, oh, this is just a routine thing I have to say. If a class is missed due to a holiday or due to myself, a combined class may be taken the other day of the week. What does this mean? This is subject to approval of the your program. For example, Tuesday একটা government holiday পড়ে গেল, তখন আমরা কি করব? Tuesday is for section 2, অথবা Saturday একটা government holiday পড়ে গেল, তখন তো I can't take classes over here, তাই না? So what I will do, I will discuss with Satyajit, and then I might have a combined class the other day. So if Saturday is the class is missed for whatever reason, I might take a combined class on Tuesday or vice versa. ঠিক আছে? This is not going to happen all the time, but sometimes it may happen because of government holidays. Sometimes it could happen because of unforeseen events. Whatever the case, since the classes are going to be online and they will be recorded, so if it doesn't it doesn't fall on your particular day, you always get the recorded version later on. ঠিক আছে? So that won't be a problem. আচ্ছা, এটা তো হলো। Next we come to the assessment part. Okay, at the end of a Tuesday class or at the end of a Saturday class, whatever, I shall give an assignment. I may not, but if I do, you will get some days to submit. This may not be on Tuesday, it may be on some other day. Oral assessment, I started doing this from last semester, just to have a little oral assessment about your assignment as a plagiarism check. Are you familiar with plagiarism check?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Plagiarism check is usually done through Turnitin, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Turnitin is not actually a plagiarism check, it's called a similarity index. So what Turnitin does, whatever you have submitted, it cross checks it with the internet. ঠিক আছে? And for example, Dhaka is the capital of Bangladesh. This thing will be written in 3 million places. So Turnitin can definitely cross-check and say that I found it in this particular source. Now, this type of similarity I'll definitely omit. Okay, if you want to write that the study included 60 sample size. This could also be found in lots of journals where the sample size of the project was 60. Okay, so these are, if Turnitin finds similarity like this, I will definitely have to omit it. So because these are, accidental similarities. Dhaka is the capital of Bangladesh. Black University is located in Mohakhali, etc. Okay, you can find these sentences everywhere. But if the similarity is one entire paragraph, okay, then it becomes a plagiarism problem. And in the online world, we have two problems. Number one is where Turnitin can detect what do you call it? Plagiarism. Okay, but Turnitin cannot detect something called contract cheating. Have you heard the word term contract cheating?
No,
No,
sir,
sir.
I haven't.
Has anybody? Okay, that means I give seven in front of me. Shubhanka Das is there, and on the other side there's Istiak Ahmed. So I give Shubhanka Das an assignment. What she does, she contracts it out to Istiak. Istiak writes on her behalf, and then Shubhanka submits as her own material. This is called contract cheating. Okay. Now this is more dangerous and ethically totally unacceptable compared to what do you call it, plagiarism. So that's why I'll definitely be having some oral assessments. How will I do the oral assessments? If I find that your assignment is too good to be true, I'll send you an email and then we'll have a little chat. I'm not going to do blanket. Last semester I did it blanket and I had heavy problems, administering it. So this semester, what I'll do if I find this, the plagiarism is extremely high, or your English is much better than mine. Okay, so then which raises alarms. So in that case, I'll do an oral assessment, but I will try to have an oral assessment to just to see what your progress is throughout the semester. Okay, so late submissions are done. We can discuss this later. So these are our components. Attendance is 5 marks. Probably other courses, teachers have also assigned 5 marks for attendance, right?
Sir, this is our first class today, so we don't
This is
know
our
yet.
first class, sir.
This is first class. Okay. The officially attendance marks is 5. Some teachers make it maximum 10. So say while I had been online, I didn't have this attendance because I couldn't monitor. But since BRAC has made it mandatory for attendance, so the attendance will be 5 marks. I will try to do the attendance my way. Okay. Class assessment, I'm going to get into it a little bit later. This will be 25 marks. Midterm is 30 marks. Final exam is 40 marks. So this is your breakdown of your 100 marks. Okay. Attendance this semester or from this semester has been made mandatory. So what I'll do, I'll keep track and log after class starts, not today, later from next week. At some point, I'll show all names. If you miss your attendance for that day, and the attendance marks will be as the BRAC University rule. If it's 90% and above, you get 5 out of 5, and so on. Now we move to the second one. How are we going to do the class assessments? Oh, well, I didn't mention this. BRAC University requires you this semester to keep your camera on. If you have problem regarding keeping your camera on, you are advised to seek formal permission from the program. BRAC may provide updated guidelines which shall be shared if they change this particular requirement. Okay, now class assessments, let me show my face again. Class assessments will be divided into 2 components. Number 1, there will be assignments. These will be termed as take-home exams. So if I want to give an assignment, I'll give it today and I'll discuss the assignment with you. So I'll say that, okay, these are the 2 questions that have been asked, or the 3 components in the assignment. This is how you may approach. That doesn't mean this is how you will approach. Just because I say something, you have the full freedom to say, do otherwise. If you can, establish your logic. So I'll discuss the assignment with you, and then you will be given 3 to 4 days. After that, you type it, and then you just drop it into the Google Classroom. I'll do the Turnitin checkup, and then what I'll do, you're familiar with these things nowadays, right? Digital pen.
Yes, sir.
So I'll do the correction or comments digitally on the script that you submit, and then I'll share those scripts in the Google Drive. Okay, the drive links is in this is given in this slide. It will also be given in the syllabus, so you can check your script in the Google Drive. Okay, and I will definitely discuss the assignment before I give it out, and then you can ask questions. And even within those 3 days, if you still have queries which you could not or fail to answer ask during the class, you can ask me in the Facebook group. Second component of our class assessments will be time-bound exams. Now, I'm against time-bound exams, but this semester we've been asked to take time-bound exams. So time-bound exams will be during class time. So if I want to take a time-bound exam, I'll declare it the previous week. So you know very well, it's not going to be unannounced, okay? Because if you have to take an exam, you should be mentally prepared to take it. So I'll declare it the previous week. Say this week I declare. The next week there will be a time-bound exam. During that exam, according to Brack University policy, you will be requested to keep your what do you call it, the camera on, and then you write on a piece of paper, then scan it, and then you submit in Google Drive. Okay. So the time-bound exams cannot be more than, you won't be able to write more than 2 sides of a page. It's not going to be an essay type 2-hour, 3-hour exam. It will be something very silly. I'll be asking a very silly question, but I'll be asking in such a context that you'll have to think while you answer. So if somebody writes only 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs, it's perfectly all right. And then you just submit it. So now we can formally introduce what we're going to do. So the assignments assignments will be take-home exams. So you get at least 3 days time to submit. I'll do a similarity check. How the similarity check will be done and what will not be counted, I will discuss during when I submit, give you the assignment. If your Turnitin similarity index is extremely high, then it could lead to embarrassment. Last semester, I had to give 0 to a few assignments, which I've never done in my life. Some 80%, 75% copy paste. Okay, so you write in your own words, no problem. But the thing is, and this time they're very well. They're trying to be careful. Okay. Achha, what's the next thing? Okay, time-bound exams. Just like I said, I'll declare 1 week in advance. The previous week, it will be during class time. I'll even give the time. So if the class starts at 6:30, the time-bound exam will start at 6:40 or 6:45, so that you are ready within that time. And your camera will be on, handwritten scripts, scanned and submitted in Google Classroom. Okay, and with the assignments, it can be typed. Late submission. Now with assignments, there's a psychological problem. The psychological problem is if I give a deadline of say 11:59, that means midnight. You know what people do? The behavioral problem.
Sir, AM/PM issue.
No, they don't do that. What they do?
They submit exactly at.
Drag it to the last moment.
So what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a window, 10 o'clock to 11:59. So you target 10 o'clock so that you can submit within 11:59. But this is what I've learned from my last 2-3 semesters. If I say 11:59 or I say 5:59, 6 p.m. Okay, people will submit at 5:45, 5:50. Some technical problem will arise, and again, your problem is the world's biggest problem in the world. So বিশ্বাস করেন আমার এই প্রবলেম ছিল, আমাদের বিশ্বাস করতেই হবে। So that's why what we're going to do, we give you a window say from 10 to 12 you submit. If you submit before, it's okay. So that আমার দিক থেকে I am clear that you know you are mentally prepared to submit from 10 o'clock and you have 2 hours time to submit. Okay. So this time we're going to do it in a window type from experience from previous semester. Now, this is very important. There will be no makeups of assignments. There will be no makeups of time-bound exams. ঠিক আছে? Now, what happens if somebody has a genuine problem for which reason they had to miss? এটা হতে পারে না? Somebody may have a genuine problem. Okay, and how do we address that problem? If I'm going to calculate 3 assignments, but 3 assessments, sorry, I will take at least 4. Then I will calculate best 3 or 4. ঠিক আছে? If I take 5, I will calculate best 3 of 5. ঠিক আছে? So, what advantage does that have? If for any genuine cause you fail to attend one of the submit assignments on time or fail to attend a time-bound exam, no problem. You know that even if you get 0, that 0 is not going to be counted in your final average. Is that a fair deal?
Yes,
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good enough, sir.
See, somebody might definitely have a genuine cause for which reason they could not submit or could not attend. Huh? So what I'll do, if I'm going to calculate the best 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all of them will be optional. So if we calculate best 3, and after the 3, you're happy with your average. Suppose your average is 85%. You're happy with it. You don't have to submit number 4 and number 5. ঠিক আছে? In that case, you can employ your intellect somewhere else. Is that a fair deal? So I'm going to best 3
Yes,
count
sir.
করি।
Sounds good.
মানে best 3 count করি। If you're happy, okay, I'm not going to get more than 85%. If I have to get more than 85%, I'm going to work really hard. এটা আমাদের হবে না, but then you don't submit 4 and 5. ঠিক আছে? And another reason for that is, if for any reason you had to miss, or for one reason একটা assessment খারাপ হয়ে গেছে, it's not the end of the world. ঠিক আছে? আচ্ছা. So this is the class assessment. Now what do we do with the midterm and final? Okay. Till now, Pratt University plans to take in-person midterm and final exams. Okay. Whatever the BRAC University guideline is, that shall be followed. But in a pandemic, we all know that you can't predict anything. Anything can go wrong at any time. So if there is a change in the guideline, I will act according to the BRAC guideline. Acha. There's one thing I did not miss in here. Normally, makeups of midterms are not encouraged. You know that. If for some reason there's a problem that you could not attend, you can definitely approach me, but it has to be approved through the office.
স্যার একটা কোশ্চেন করতে পারি?
Sure.
স্যার সাপোজ লাইক স্যার আপনি একটা অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট দিলেন, তো অন দ্যাট বেস অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট ফর অ্যান এক্সাম্পল লাইক আপনি মনিটারি পলিসি টাইপ একটা এক্সাম অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট দিলেন, সো ওইখানে যদি আমি মানে কিছু যদি স্যার রিসার্চ পেপার যদি আমি দেখি এবং ওখান থেকে যদি আমি কিছু সামারি যদি লিখি, লেখার পরে সেটা যদি রেফারেন্স গুলো যদি স্যার দেই, তাহলে ওটা কি স্যার টার্নিটি স্যার প্লাগারিজম ধরবে?
So if you want to quote something, you have to quote according to you know the APA system in Word.
Yes, sir.
Yes sir, I know that.
You just follow that format. And all of you are familiar with this referencing citation. Asana, Word? MS Word.
Yes, sir.
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
If you follow it there, then it's not a problem.
Okay sir.
Now, what I'm going to say, if you paraphrase, and you paraphrase in such a way that most of you didn't change anything that the original person said, that is the time is worth of it.
জি স্যার, প্যারাফ্রেজ স্যার একটা প্রবলেম হইতেছে স্যার, আপনি স্যার সুন্দর আপনি ধরতে পারবেন, কারণ হইতেছে সাবজেক্ট ভার্ব এগ্রিমেন্ট এই জিনিসগুলো স্যার যখন স্যার চেঞ্জ হয়ে যাবে আপনি স্যার তখন অটোমেটিকলি স্যার বুঝতে পারবেন ইটস বিং প্যারাফ্রেজড।
Not a problem. Paraphrase is not a crime. But the thing
Yes.
is, don't paraphrase it properly, Turnitin will catch it.
Turn it will catch.
When we come to that part, when we give the assignment, you please ask me the question again, and
Yes,
then
sir.
I answer it in full detail.
Yes, I have a lot of question about okay sir.
We'll approach it then, okay?
Okay sir.
And the document, you remind me 1 week before the class so that I
Yes.
can really prepare to answer it properly. Because this is
Oh.
something that not only will you need it in this course, in other courses you'll also be able to use this knowledge, okay?
Okay sir. Okay sir.
Okay, so now, if for any reason somebody misses a midterm, then I'll definitely have to take a makeup, but the makeup will be according to my convenience. So if I ask you to be available at a particular time, the ball is then in my court. Okay, and the midterm, the time will be determined by your university. So that is in the court of the university. So if for any reason you might have a genuine reason, that they can always be there. It will be accommodated depending case ভিত্তিক. আচ্ছা, to the best of my knowledge, final পরীক্ষার মেকআপ হয় না, তাই না? Unless there is something extremely unavoidable which you can convince the dean or the program director. ঠিক আছে? So the final পরীক্ষার মেকআপ হবে না, এটা তুমি জাস্ট ধরে নাও। আচ্ছা, এখন ধরে নাও আমাদের আচ্ছা, how do I share assessments? Oh, I in the Google Drive, whatever online scripts I check digitally, I will make it available in the Google Drive. You can check your script over there. So if you have any problem or any query on how you can improve next time, if you send me an email, and after seeing your script, I'll make a comment. Achha, midterm and final exam, at the moment, the BRAC University has decided to take in person. So if we have in person midterm and final, there will be no online scripts. There will be hard copy scripts, which I will definitely be submitting to the department at the end of the semester. So and then you can check it from there as we have done over the years. Okay. Achha, the texts materials I will share in the Google Drive, and I will be updating it. If I update, I'll let you know. Achha, this is something I would like to just I have to read just for the sake of reading, even if that's the case. সেটা হচ্ছে BRAC University Student Honor Code. This is according to your university guideline. I will not cheat, use unfair means, join intentionally or unintentionally any online or offline group in which exam answers are posted or discussed, or engage in any behavior that would commonly be deemed to be academically unethical. Acha, I will immediately notify the course teacher of any such activity or online. If somebody does that, any kind of correspondence or contact will be treated with utmost confidence. I acknowledge that I may be suspended or expelled from BRACU, which we don't want to happen, if I am found to have engaged in academically unethical behavior. BRACU is strict on cheating, plagiarism, and copying. Acha, we don't have any foreign friends in this section. Maybe in the other section we may, so that sometimes আমরা বাংলায় কথা বলতে পারবো। আচ্ছা, so this is the end of part 2. Does anybody have any questions?
Sir, time bound এটা একটু স্যার বলতে পারবেন পার্টটা?
আচ্ছা, you want me to ওটা রিপিট করব?
জি স্যার, জাস্ট এজ এ ব্রিফ, মানে স্যার কয়টা স্যার কোশ্চেন থাকতে পারে বা আমরা কত
ক্লাসটা আমি একটা কোশ্চেন আপলোড করে দিলাম।
জি স্যার।
You download it from Google Classroom and you write the question answer on a piece of paper as you would in the normal physical classroom. ঠিক আছে?
Yes sir, yes sir.
And probably I give you half an hour time and then another additional 10 minutes to upload, scan and upload in Google Classroom. ঠিক আছে?
Okay, sir.
Acha. If the time is
Yes,
30,
yes.
I will try to design the question in such a way you should not take more than 20 minutes to answer the question. ঠিক আছে?
Yes, sir. Understand that.
মানে মানে এটা এমন না যে 30 মিনিট মানে হচ্ছে I don't want to kill a person. I just want to make somebody's life a little bit uncomfortable. Okay, if I kill you, then I'll be killing the next generation of Bangladesh. That I can't do. But I'll definitely try to make your life uncomfortable. So you'll get some breathing space. In 20 minutes, you'll be able to finish, and then you have another 15 to 20 minutes to upload it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Now get it.
Great. Any other question before we move to the next part?
স্যার আমাদের ক্লাসটা কি এখানেই হবে নাকি গুগল মিটে আমাদের হওয়ার পসিবিলিটি আছে?
আচ্ছা, গুগল মিটের ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে my historical experience is GT Master edition. Looks like a gaming person. Yes, you're allowed. I prefer Zoom for main reason. This account is a UGC account. I get some special privileges in the recording and other stuff. Google Meet, yesterday's meeting that the dean had with us, I found out that Google Meet is not recording, allowing recording nowadays. They've stopped it.
Okay.
You have to have a Prime account, or an institutional account. কিছু একটা করছে. So I'm easy with Zoom because this is a UGC account.
Okay.
And regarding Google Meet, it's not that much of a difference. Okay, one is Pepsi Cola, one is Coca Cola. The basic one is easy.
আর স্যার আমাদের স্টাডি ম্যাটেরিয়াল স্লাইডস এগুলো কি বাক্সে আপলোড করে দিবেন?
So problem হচ্ছে until last semester they mentioned the classes will start in 2030. Is it still there?
Yes, sir.
2030 সালে ক্লাস শুরু হবে, এটা লেখা আছে না এখনো?
Yes, sir.
হ্যাঁ, এখন 2030 সাল তো আসে নাই, এটা 2022 সাল চলছে। হ্যাঁ, আরো 8 বছর লাগবে 2030 সাল আসবে। হ্যাঁ, so ওই কারণে I had serious problem uploading in Box. So what I did, I'll upload everything in the Google Drive.
Okay.
ঠিক আছে, and I'll in the Facebook group I'll make a notice that check your Google Drive. This thing has been uploaded. আমি চেষ্টা করব ইমেলও পাঠিয়ে দিতে। ঠিক আছে, so that at least if it's not in the Box platform, it's in a platform that is convenient for me to control, and you guys have an access to it as well. Okay.
আর স্যার আপনি যে লিংকগুলো শো করেছিলেন ওগুলো যদি একটু চ্যাট বক্সে দিয়ে দিতেন আমরা ইমিডিয়েটলি জয়েন করে ফেলতাম।
চ্যাট বক্স মানে?
এখানে জুমের চ্যাট বক্সে।
জুমের চ্যাট বক্সে কি দিব?
স্যার লিংকগুলো আপনি যে সেকশনের জন্য আমাদের ফেসবুক যে লিংকটা,
এটা হচ্ছে এখন তো স্লাইডটা দেখছো তো? After the class, I'll be sending the PDF of this slide.
Okay, sir. ঠিক আছে।
I'll also share it in the Facebook group.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
আমাদের সিলেবাস দিতে হয় না? ওই যে course outline. So basically, today's slide is based on the course outline. So on course outline টা পাঠিয়ে দিব, you get all the links there. You just click and then you do what you need to do.
Okay,
ঠিক আছে?
Ji, sir.
Okay. Any other question?
Sir, I have some.
No, somebody has a question. Yes, carry on.
Sir, can I, sir?
About?
Sir, about that some of us are background engineering background. So, is it, sir? Can you flexible us to involve it in a better way? Because this is after graduating. This is my first course of economics. I did it in my undergrad, but it is a one time. You know that it is a short time of course. So it will be better if you elaborate quite slowly. Because I have I am a non-background of business, so that's why I am a bit much afraid of.
Okay. We'll be discussing your query in the next part, but before that, let me tell you one thing: the world's most successful entrepreneurs, not a single one of them have been business graduates.
Yes.
At least 99 out of 100 of them weren't. Those who went to the business school end up becoming CEOs. maximum. They can never become an entrepreneur. Okay. For being an entrepreneur, you have to learn everything in the street. Market হবে, হ্যাঁ, তো অনেকবার পরাজয় স্বীকার হতে হবে, then probably you'll be able to succeed. And ঠিক আছে, so yeah, so you don't have to worry. And in an MBA program, people come from different backgrounds. Okay, if this was an undergrad program, in your wherever you did your undergrad, everybody was from similar background. So whoever taught your undergrad courses, would that person did justice in their way.
Yes, sir.
No justice over here, we have to take that thing into account that people are from different backgrounds. Okay, so that's
Yes,
what.
sir.
So shall we move to part 3, where we just?
Sir, I have another query, sir. Sorry, sir.
No problem.
Sir, in this Zoom platform, the sound is not much that clear regarding of Google Meet. As you explained briefly, but still there are some problems, as I know, because I have IT background. I explained it. So if it is better, so the sound is still not better yet. I am facing it.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you, but not that much clear, sir.
Okay, next week.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
স্যার জুমের সাউন্ডটা আসলে ক্লিয়ার না বেশি স্যার, মানে
কথা ক্লিয়ার বোঝা যাচ্ছে না।
we can hear sir,
Yes,
but
sir.
not clear.
Okay, the thing is, at the moment you won't be able to hear me properly because my study is totally being revamped. I don't even have lights in this room except for this table lamp. আমি এটা ইন্টারনাল যে ভলিউমটা আছে না, ও ভলিউমটা আমি বাইরে দিব তাহলে নেক্সট ইয়ার থেকে, ঠিক আছে? হ্যাঁ, ওই তখন আমি ইউজ an external microphone. That's not a problem if it comes to that. There's one on the webcam, but if it's not adequate enough, I can always use an external microphone. That won't be a problem. ঠিক আছে? We'll explore that in the next class.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I'm stopping section 2, part 2. Okay.
স্যার আমার একটা কোয়েরি ছিল স্যার, সেটা হচ্ছে যে আপনি বললেন যে আমাদের কুইজ গুলো জমা দেওয়া হবে, মানে সাবমিট করা হবে গুগল ক্লাসরুমে, আর হচ্ছে আমাদের অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট গুলো ওগুলো সাবমিট করা হবে গুগল ড্রাইভে। স্যার
Google Drive, I will share it with you.
সরি স্যার।
Acha, you will submit your assignments and time-bound exams in Google Classroom. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You understood this part?
Okay, sir.
Acha, then what I'll do, I'll download it from the Google Classroom. I'll check it. Once I've checked it, I will share the checked copy in Google Drive.
ওকে স্যার। স্যার গুগল ড্রাইভে এটা কোন ইমেইলটাতে আপনি দেবেন, মানে আমাদের হচ্ছে ব্র্যাকের ইমেইল নাকি যেটা পার্সোনাল ইমেইল যেটা দিয়ে আজকে আমরা?
Google Drive, I'll give the link. You click on the link and then you will automatically get access to that folder.
Oh, okay sir.
Because you haven't done Google Drive before, have you?
No sir, আমি গুগল ড্রাইভ ইউজ করি।
Acha, then you just click on that link and you'll get all the you'll get access to that folder.
Okay sir, thank you.
Okay, so I'm stopping part 2.